Tennessee's At Home Learning Series for Math. Today's lesson is for all our second graders out there, though all children are welcome to tune in. This lesson is the 13th in our series. My name is Miss Spain, and I'm a second grade teacher in Tennessee schools. I'm so excited to be your teacher for this lesson. Welcome to my virtual classroom. If you did not see our previous lesson, you can find it on the Tennessee Department of Education's website at www.tn.gov/education. You can still tune in to today's lesson if you haven't seen any of our others, but it might be more fun if you first go back and watch our other lessons since we'll be talking about things we've learned previously. Today, we will be learning about adding and subtracting to solve measurement problems in mathematics. Before we get started, to participate fully in our lesson today, you will need a paper and a pencil and a surface to write on. Let's begin. We have been solving measurement problems with models during our last couple of visits. I'm so excited to continue our work. Read this problem with me. A plant was 15 inches tall. It grew and is now 22 inches tall. How many inches did the plant grow? So go ahead and grab your pencil and paper and draw this model. Go ahead and draw a long rectangle first. So let's go back to the text to make sure we're making sense of our problem. A plant was 15 inches tall. It grew and is now 22 inches tall. How many inches did the plant grow? Okay, so what is it asking us? What is our question? Right. How many inches did the plant grow? Excellent job. Now, let's go ahead and start making our dashes on our ruler so we can figure out how many inches the plant grew. I'm going to start at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, go ahead and make sure you have your dashes at the top and have them spaced as evenly as you can. But you don't need to spend a lot of time trying to get them perfect. This is just a way to help us organize our thinking. See, mine's not perfect at all. So let's go ahead. Let's graph 15 because we are beginning our model when the plant was 15 inches tall. So I'm going to put a dot at 15. Now let's move 5 spaces at once. I'm going to go 15, 5 spaces to 20. Then I'm going to jump 2 more spaces. Please write this equation with me. We started with 15, and how many spaces did we jump? We did plus 5 and plus 2. And we know 5 plus 2 is 7. So 15 plus 7 equals, where did we land on? 22. Excellent, boys and girls. The plant grew 7 inches. So now it is 22 inches tall. Give yourselves a round of applause. So we used a measurement model to solve a plant problem. We are going to look at different types of plant problems today and some other interesting problems. Now, I want you to go ahead and read along with me this next problem. Elena buys a plant that is 34 centimeters tall. The plant grows and it is now 51 centimeters tall. How many centimeters did the plant grow? So let's go back to our problem to make sure we're making sense of it. So Elena buys a plant that is 34 centimeters tall. The plant grows and it is now 51 centimeters tall. How many centimeters did the plant grow? This is what we are trying to solve. How many centimeters did the plant grow? So how tall was our plant at the beginning? Good reading, 34 centimeters. So now we know the starting point. The plant started at 34 centimeters. I am going to go ahead and start my dashes. I'm going to start with 33. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. I'm going to go ahead and start there. So you did a great job going back to the text. You said that our starting point is 34. So how tall is the plant at the end? Very good. The plant ended up being 51 centimeters. So we know it started at 34. I'm going to place my dot there. And then it ended at 51. But the text only tells us that the plant grew. We don't know how much. So let's go to our model. We've graphed 34 at the starting point and 51 at the ending point. Now we can use the model to figure out how many centimeters the plant grew. Now, we could count every single move. So let's count the moves together starting at 34. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whew, that took a long time. Let's count the moves in a quicker way. I'm going to move on the ruler so that I can count by 2s, 5s, or 10s to save time. So now let's look at our model again. I am going to move to 6 first, 6 spaces to get to a friendly number. So if I move 6 spaces, I will end up on 40. And I'm going to write +6 at the top to keep track. Then I'm going to move 10 more spaces to 50. And let's write +10. And after that, I only need to move 1 more space to end up at 51 centimeters +1. How can we figure out the total move? Good idea. We can add up all of our moves. I'm going to write the first equation before we figured out the growth. Let's write the equation. You can do it with me on your paper. So the starting point is 34. So I'm going to write 34. We also know we ended up at 51. So I'm going to say equals 51. But we don't know how much the plant grew. So we can show that part of the missing equation, the missing add-in, with a question mark. Now, let's rewrite the equation showing the missing amount or the missing add-in. We will say 34 plus equals 51. We need to go back to our model and add it up. 6 plus 10 plus 1 more is 17. So 34 plus 17 equals 51. So wasn't that fun, boys and girls? We got to figure out our own way to move on the number line, and we found the missing number or add-in was 17. Now, let's try some more. Are you ready? A noodle is 29 centimeters. David eats all but 13 centimeters of it. How long is the part that David eats? Okay, so let's go back and make sense of our problem. A noodle is 29 centimeters. David eats all but 13 centimeters of it. How long is the part that David eats? We are trying to figure out how long is the part of the noodle that David eats. Go ahead and draw a rectangle. Make sure it's long enough, and we're going to add 20 dashes across the top. Try to place the lines evenly, but don't worry too much about getting them exactly spaced. We're going to start at 12 and continue to 31. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Now, does your model look like mine? Let's start by writing an equation with a question mark. Write the equation with me. We know that David has a noodle that's 29 centimeters long, and he eats all but 13 centimeters. So I'm going to say 13 plus blank or question mark equals 29. Because remember, we don't know how long is the part that he's eaten. So we have 13 centimeters of a noodle. The total length of the noodle is 29. We don't know how much he ate. So let's take a look at this. If we add 13 centimeters to the part that David ate, we have 29 centimeters of a noodle. Now we're going to represent this information on our model. Let's graph the 13 and the 29. Very good. The space in between is what was eaten. Because remember, he had eaten 13 already. He ate all but 13. So how much did he eat? The space in between was how much he's eaten. Let's use our counting strategies to move spaces. Move with me by drawing arrows. I'm going to move to 15. I moved 2 centimeters because it's easy for me to count by 5s and 10s. Then I'm going to move 10 more. 15 all the way over to 25. So I just jumped 10 more spaces to get to 25. Then we need to get to 29. How many more spaces to 29? Very good, 4 spaces. So how can we figure out the total number of spaces we moved? That's right, you're working so hard. We can add or sum all the moves to figure it out. So add these with me. We have 2 plus 10 plus 4. And that equals 16 centimeters. So how many spaces did we move? 16, very good. We're on a roll. Now we can put 16 into our missing equation. our missing add-in. 13 plus 16 equals 29. So we figured out the missing part was 16 centimeters. We are on a roll. Let's continue practicing. Read this next problem with me. Bridget is making a hair bow. She has 18 inches of ribbon and ties on some more ribbon. Now she has 32 inches of ribbon. How much ribbon did she add? Let's think. What do we know? Let's go back to the problem. We know that Bridget is making a hair bow and she has 18 inches of ribbon. And then she ties on some more ribbon. Now she has 32 inches of ribbon. How much ribbon did she add? See, boys and girls, here we're not sure. We know that 18 plus some more ribbon equals 32. So that is why we have a question mark for our missing add-in. Now, how much ribbon did she add? That's right, we don't know, do we? The text tells us that she ties on some more ribbon. But we don't know how much. Do we know anything else? Exactly, we know that Bridget has a total of 32 inches of ribbon in the end. Doesn't that sound like a problem that we can use a measurement model to solve? I agree. Let's set up the equation. Write this with me. 18 inches plus some more ribbon equals 32 inches. So our equation is 18 plus, we're not sure about the missing add-in, equals 32. Now we can figure out the missing number or add-in with the model. Let's set the model up together. Make sure to draw a long rectangle. You do this on your paper as I'm modeling here. We're going to place 20 hash marks across the top as evenly spaced as you can. But don't get too stressed out about the spacing. So let's start with 17. We have 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, keep going, 33, 34, 35, 36. I think we can stop there. Now, we are sure about 18 and 32 inches, so we will graph those together. We have the parts of the story and the parts of the equation that we know. 18 and 32. Now, let's see. We have 18 plus this amount equals 32. We can use the model to find the missing ribbon length, which is the missing add-in. How do you think we should go about it? Let's move 2 spaces to get to 20 to make it easier to count. So I moved 2 spaces to 20. Now, then we can move 10 more spaces to get to 30 because it's easy to count by 2s, 5s, and 10s. And then how many more spaces do we need to go? 2, very good, because we're going to 32. Excellent job. So how can we figure out the missing add-in? Oh, that's right. Earlier we added the spaces to find the total move. Would you do that now? I have 2 plus 10 plus 2. So what is the missing add-in? Excellent. You said the missing add-in is 14. So have we figured out the missing ribbon length? Very good. We have found the missing add-in or missing piece to our equation. So now we can write 18 plus 14 equals 32. Excuse me, 32. Excellent job, boys and girls. We just helped Bridget figure out her missing piece of ribbon. Now we're going to help Kelsey figure out how much she has grown this year. I want you to read this problem on your own, and then I am going to read it with you. Kelsey is 59 inches tall. She has grown and is now 73 inches tall. How many inches did Kelsey grow? So, let's figure out what we're trying to do. I want you to ask yourself, how can we make sense of the problem? Right, we go back to the text. Kelsey is 59 inches tall. She has grown and is now 73 inches tall. So she's grown and now she's 73 inches tall. How many inches did Kelsey grow? That is what we're trying to solve. So we know that she's 59 inches tall. She has grown, but we don't know how much. And now she's 73. So go ahead and write your equation here and let's compare. Does your model look like mine? 59 plus blank equals 73. Kelsey started at 59 inches and then grew some. She's now 73 inches tall. We don't know how much she grew, so we used a question mark in the equation to stand for the missing add-in. Let's draw the model to help us solve. Now, go ahead and draw a long rectangle like before, and go ahead and put your dash marks. Remember, make the dash marks at the top. And let's begin numbering the ruler at 58 and continue through 77, counting by ones. 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Are you still with me? 76, 77. Does your model look like mine? Now, use your model to determine Kelsey's growth. Use arrow to show your moves. And then you're going to determine your total moves. Remember, where are we going to start? We're trying to figure out how much Kelsey has grown. Wow, you're working so hard. You just told me that we need to start at 59. And where are we going? Excellent. We're going to 73. Now remember, it's easier if we count by 2s, 5s, or 10s when possible. So I am going to start and just go add 1 to go to 60. And then I see that I'm going to 73, so I can jump 10 to 70 all the way over. And I'm going to put plus 10. Now, how many more moves to get to 73? Very good, boys and girls. 3. So I'm going to write plus 3. Now, how can we find the missing length or add-in? How can we fill in the question mark to our equation? Right. We add how many spaces we went from 59 to 73 to see how much she has grown. So I'm going to write 1 plus 10 plus 3. And we know that 1 plus 10 is 11, plus 3 more is 14. So have we found the missing add-in? Did we find the missing length? Very good. Let's go ahead and fill it in. 59 plus 14 equals 73. So we know our missing add-in is 14. We know that Kelsey grew 14 inches. You are doing a fantastic job. Can you go ahead and jump up and down 14 times? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whew, that is a lot of jumping, boys and girls. I am so proud of you. You have worked so hard today. Now, we have been working really hard. We have been reviewing writing equation with our missing add-ins and using models. Great work, boys and girls. Remember, today we reviewed writing equations with missing add-ins and using models to solve the problem. I hope you're seeing some connections between models, equations, and word problems with measurement. You did a fantastic job. After the video, you will have some problems to practice on your own. You can find the student practice for this lesson posted on our website at www.tn.gov/education. And this is what the sheet will look like. It'll have 2 problems underneath it, and it will have a ruler so you'll be able to find it. So friends, I enjoyed finding missing add-ins with you today. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson in Tennessee's At Home Learning Series. Bye.
We know this year didn't go according to plan. Life occasionally springs a pop quiz on you, but you passed the test. Your family is proud of you, and Tennessee is proud of you. This year may have been different, but you met the moment and graduated. And we, at the Tennessee Department of Education, want to spend the next few weeks celebrating your accomplishment. Congratulations, class of 2020.